Alright there, YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So I bought something yesterday I think you guys are really gonna like, and today we're gonna go get it. Nice cool morning here, got a little freezing fog, about 10 degrees Fahrenheit out right now. Low last night was about 2 degrees. Almost drove this thing home yesterday, but I drove this truck, my 1-ton diesel dually, over there to go look at it. I was having a little bit of trouble getting this loaded up. Plus the tires are a little sketchy and the transmission's missing third gear. So ultimately I decided, you know what? It's just not worth it to try to drive it home last night. We're gonna get old Red fired up this morning, hook up to the step deck and go get it. So let's get after it. Now it did come with a replacement transmission, so we got that covered already. Now old Red probably would fire right up on its own right now, but we got a few minutes before we're gonna leave here anyway. I gotta sweep all the snow off the deck on the step deck and whatnot, so not in any real big hurry. So we're gonna go ahead and put the generator on it, warm up the block heater a little bit. Alright, so we just pulled the trailer up here to the shop, gave it a quick once over, tires all got air in them, everything's aired up, airbags are aired up. So now if we can just make it out of here, we'll be good to go. It'll be a little tricky sometimes getting out of here when it's a little snowy and icy out, because you got an uphill, you turn, you're uphill, and then you got a stop sign. Where is it on the camera? Stop sign right there. And state highway here. What happens is you'll either be coming out of here right about the time you get to the top there, a car will turn in here, and you need both sides of that road to make that corner. So you have to stop, and then you won't be able to get going again, so you have to back all the way back down here, try it again, then you get up here, you just barely get straight to your trailer when you get to that stop sign, and it seems like it never fails. As soon as you get to that stop sign, there'll be a car coming, you have to stop, and then you got to back all the way back down this hill again and try it again. But hopefully with any luck we'll drive right out of here. Alright, so we actually made it out first shot, which is pretty sweet. It was a little dicey there. There was a car coming as I was coming up to the stop sign there, but I was able to slow down just enough to maintain momentum, let him go by and follow him out. So drive to go here and go get this picked up. Alright, so we're out on the interstate here now. Basically interstate from here all the way to where we gotta go. Got fairly decent road conditions out, so knock on wood, should be fairly smooth sailing from here. We'll bring you guys back when we get there. Alright, so we're pulling up here. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera there, but I see our truck. Kind of hard to see in the fog here, but I'm thinking we're just gonna load this thing up on the road. This isn't exactly a busy road. I don't really feel like trying to get down in there and turned around and stuff, so I think we're just gonna park right up on the road here. Gonna find out how this thing cold starts. When I looked at it yesterday, it was slightly warm, and it was pulled inside a heated shop for me to look at it. So, I had no idea how this thing's gonna cold start, but at the price it was at, it was either buy it now or not buy it at all. I think I contacted the guy 7 minutes after he posted the ad. I was the first one to get here, and he said that he had had over 30 messages by the time I got there. So it was either buy it now or never, so it is what it is. Let's go try to get this thing started up and loaded up here. So here she is. Oh, just drop the keys. Oh. And the door shut on me. Alright. Oh. See if I can remember where the ignition was on this. I took the keys out. There it is. Took the keys out of it yesterday. Come on. Ooh, almost. Not too bad. It needs batteries for sure. But it's running. Let this thing warm up a minute. Not really smoking. Alright, so we're all loaded down, chained up. Now I just gotta figure out the best way out of here. this road's looking a bit sketchy up here. Hopefully this remains passable till we get up here to the next exit. Otherwise we'll be testing out them winch cables a little sooner than I'd like. But I think we'll make it. If it doesn't get any worse than this, we'll be alright. Alright, we made it out back to the interstate. Just checked our change again here real quick. I think we are good to go. Alrighty, we made it back. We're in one piece. There's still a wrecker on the trailer behind us. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get this thing unchained, unloaded, and then probably pull it inside where it's a little bit nicer so we can kind of go over it a little bit more. Alright, so we got it all unchained here. Thought real quick here, while it's still up in the air, I thought I'd show you guys a few things. So this is a medium duty double frame truck. There is a lot of holes drilled in it for whatever reason, but it's a really clean, rust-free frame. I see no rust jacking in there. And that double frame comes all the way up to just behind the front spring hanger. There is a little bit of rust in the cab there, but rockers, cab corners are solid. I didn't see that before. That's kind of bad, but I mean it's not a bad truck, and I'm really surprised just how clean this frame is. This wrecker bed looks like it could use a little bit of work on it. It's not fantastic, but it's not real rusty and it's not super beat up, so I'm kind of okay with that. I mean, at what I paid for this truck, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to need work. Got a piece of galvanized angle iron on that rear support there. But yeah, I mean, the bottom's not rusted out. The wheel well's not rusted out. Everything's here. Basically all the tires are complete garbage. See the weather checking there, let alone there's not much tread left. But yeah, all of this pretty darn solid. It's got some good bones here. It's a 2-speed rear axle. I believe 25,000 pound GVRW. Little spot of rust on that rocker, but that cab corner is good. Up here, the front cab mount on the driver's side's in really nice shape. Hood's got a little bit of damage, but it's really not too bad. Yeah, between the really bad weather checking on this front tire, including what somebody tried to patch with some RTV, And the fact I was having trouble getting my dually up on this wheel lift, and there's no third gear in this truck, I decided I was probably better off just to haul this thing home. But other than that, I mean, it definitely could have been driven. So let's get this thing off of here. Shut-off cable is broken, so we have to reach in here and shut it off on the pump. But yeah, there's the motor, DT466. Alright, so we got it inside here now. And quick rundown of what we got here. According to the internet, this is a Holmes Challenger 1200 bed, which is a 7-ton boom and two 10,000 pound winches, or 15,000 pounds for the first wrap and then 10,000 pounds on the fourth wrap. Got a add-on wheel lift that's rated at 3,000 pound lift, and that's about all I know about it here so far. When I was looking at this truck the other day, it appears that everything at least somewhat functions. Not all of the controls work, but you can get every single function to work between one side or the other. So that's probably just linkages and stuff. We're going to go through that here in just a minute. The truck is a mid-80s, I forget the exact year. International. I guess I don't even know the model number. Oh, I should probably turn the key off. Looks like 1985. Model number is S1954. I just found this under the seat. It's the International Medium Duty Operator's Manual. So that's pretty cool. Go ahead and put that back. I'm sure there's probably going to be a few treasures to be found in here. Oh, here's a Holmes badge. Looks like plenty of other junk under the seat. Seat's not terribly awful for being a 1985. It's blown out on the side right here, but I don't think I even see how many miles are on this thing. I mean, interior's here. It's not that bad for an 85. Well, we don't have 100,000th digit on the odometer, so it looks like 64,731.7. No idea how many miles that actually is. About, oh, I don't know, half the gauges seem to work. The oil pressure works. Tachometer works. This vacuum gauge appears to do something. I don't know if I got it going fast enough to check the speedometer. Yeah, the engine stop cable's broken. I think we mentioned that. Idle up, PTO. Got a radio in it, never tried it. Don't know. Can of ether. Unopened can of radiator stop leak. Some kind of a hose. Garbage and trash, and probably a mouse or two. It actually doesn't smell mousy in here though. Headliner shot. I was gonna say the dash is cracked, but actually I think that's a manufactured crack. New alternator. Supposedly the injection pump's been rebuilt on it, but I mean, it's a really dry motor. I'm not seeing any major oil leaks or anything like that. What a cute little baby turbo. Coolant filter, air filter. Oh. It is equipped with AC, and it looks like all the components are intact. So that's a good sign. We do have injector return line leaking a little bit somewhere. There's no intercooler, just an AC condenser and a radiator. Some typical international rot that's really by far not the worst I've ever seen. I did check this thing for blow-by when it was running and it didn't have any. Oil looks fairly clean, it's full. So yeah, I think that's about it under the hood. I guess front end feels pretty tight and the tires aren't all chopped up, so that's a good sign. And again, other than the injector line, return line, something's leaking up there, but other than that, I mean, this motor is really nice and dry. This box here, everything's frozen, but cheapy set of jumper cables. That says it's antifreeze, but it's hard as a rock. Electrical contact cleaner. Kind of oil treatment. I don't like seeing that, but it's unopened. Let's see. Chain and cable lubricant. And we got a wheel strap. And some kind of a lug wrench. Got relays and breakers and stuff here, and this stuff all looks like it's been recently rewired and redone. That looks in really nice condition there. If I remember right, there wasn't anything in here. Nope. This box I haven't been able to get open yet. I tried it when I looked at this truck the other day, and it feels like it's locked. I'll mess with that here in a minute. Over on this side, we've got a can of some brake parts cleaner, scrap wire, another wheel strap. We do have the two L arms for the wheel lift, two hydraulic Holmes winches, that bracket is messed up. It's going to need some repair. Found a Chevy marker light buried in the snow up here. Anyway, got a little log lube on the clutch dogs up here so that they're moving in and out a lot easier now. You kind of had to force them with the pry bar before, but they're going in and out. Got them in free spool, and we're going to go through some of these bed functions here. Alright, so there's the boom extended out and both winch lines pulled tight. You guys saw the wheel lift work. I mean, everything seems to function on here. Alright, so we're going to use this thing to unload its own replacement transmission. So I was able to get the transmission picked up out of the back of my pickup, and I set it down on the back of the tow truck here. And this is a Eaton Fuller 9-speed that came with the truck to replace the 5-speed that's in it because it's missing third gear. I thought that went fairly well for a guy that doesn't really know how to run a tow truck and has controls that only half function. So there she is. Now, none of my plans for this thing are definite by any means here yet. Part of me would really like to take this truck apart, take this bed off, and put it on a 3500 to 5500 chassis. I think that would be much better suited for this bed, preferably a 4-wheel drive. I think that twin line boom in that setup would make an excellent recovery rig. And I honestly feel like this bed's too light duty for this truck. This truck is a 25,000 pound GVW, so I feel like this bed's a little light, and I think with a couple repairs, put that tranny in it, I think I could sell this truck as a chassis cab for about what I paid for the whole works. So that's kind of my idea right at the moment of kind of what I'd like to do. I mean, there's no reason I can't move forward with repairs both on the wrecker body and the truck and start fixing things, because none of that work would go to waste. Any repairs to the chassis, you know, the chassis would get sold off if I took this truck apart, and the bed would get reused on a different truck. So anything I do to this, if I decide to go that route, would be a waste. And there's no reason why I can't make this a fully functioning, ready to work truck as it is in this current configuration. Also, if you guys like tow trucks and tow truck stuff like I do, I've never owned a tow truck or really ran a tow truck, but I like tow trucks, and I like the channel Sumter Wrecker. Check them out. They're I think they should have way more subs than they do, and I've been actually meaning to give Hal and the guys a shout out over there for a while. So yeah, if you're interested in tow trucks and stuff, go check them out. They're excellent problem solvers. They come across a lot of unusual situations, and a great bunch of guys. So anyway, guys, I think we're going to wrap this video up here. There's still a lot more to do on this truck. So anyway, stay tuned. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe down below. Thank you. Have a great day.